I'm going to talk today about the power of networks and the challenge of mapping an increasingly complex world. And I'm actually going to start with this talk with trees. Trees have really been important knowledge classification systems throughout the ages as well, mapping a variety of aspects, mapping the blood ties between people, of course, and even mapping, of course, the species, the various species in the planet, and again, using the tree metaphor on and on and on. This widespread metaphor, it's so popular because it really expresses this human desire for order, for symmetry, for hierarchy, for simplicity, for balance and unity. Trees are really an embodiment of the simple way we like to look at the world. In my view, we are really in this turning point from trees to networks. We are really facing a paradigm shift in the sense that trees are now no longer able to really accommodate the inherent complexities of the modern world. So no more we have this, extremely simplified predator versus prey diagrams, right? We are understanding our ecosystems in a much more complex way. This is a diagram of all the species that interact with cod, actually close to 100 species interacting with cod off the coast of northeastern Canada. And you can really see, actually, cod is right in the middle. You can actually hardly see because of the mass of lines, but it's kind of incredible, the amount of interactions that exist within those species. Again, this complexity of ecosystems that we have around us. We also see these problems of organized complexity in the way we try to decode our own brain. So, before we used to think about the brain as this modular, centralized organ where a different area was responsible for a given set of actions or behaviors. It's kind of appealing to think about the brain as a central element responsible for a variety of actions. But of course, it's not central at all. The more we realize that, our brain is really almost like a music symphony played by hundreds and thousands of instruments. We also see these problems of organized complexity in the way we categorize knowledge. This is one of the most beautiful trees representations. This was created for the French encyclopedia, the biggest encyclopedia at the time, created by Diderot and D'Alembert, the big sort of encyclopedia of enlightenment. This really represents that enlightenment in many ways. But even though it was brilliant at the time, 1751, it really represents knowledge as a tree where branches don't really touch each other, right? I mean, they touch in the diagram, but they don't. They have no connections. They have no ties between them. It's individual branches that branch off and there's no connection whatsoever. In comparison, you can actually see here, these are two maps of Wikipedia. And Wikipedia, of course, all of you know, it's really one of the largest rhizomatic structures ever created by man. You can really understand that, by looking at these maps, and of course using Wikipedia, as we have done probably several times already, that knowledge is really highly interconnected, is, just like a network, really. I mean, you can actually see here some topics like mathematics and others, and they have immense connections with other disparate areas of knowledge, apparently disparate, but sharing a lot of ties. This is a map of online social collaboration between Perl developers. And Perl is a very famous programming language. And here you can actually see thousands of people collaborating in a variety of projects and, sharing this very network structure, which is the opposite of again, any sort of hierarchy. There's no leader per se. They just freely collaborate online to achieve a given project. Even more than the idea of representing these complex systems is the need for a new way of thinking. And this new way of thinking is about this pluralistic way of thinking, that everything is interconnected, everything is interdependent.